way to ask a question. So it's really the answers to the question that count, not the format of the debate. In the end, you have a question. So whether it's a person who's there in person or a person who's there in video, or the moderator who just asked the question, or a team of moderators, it's still the question. And how you answer the question is, I think, what's important to voters. So I don't think the format is a decisive factor in how people will vote.
And what do you think about the questions tonight?
I thought they were good. I thought the questions were good tonight. I thought they covered the waterfront. Gun control, border control, war in Iraq. Lots of good questions, I think.
And what do you think about the role of humor in politics? I mean, there's a role of humor in politics. There seems to be.
Oh, you've got to have a sense of humor in this game. In fact, I thought they might have Al Gore in a snowsuit or something to confound us, but they didn't.
Why is it important? Why is it important now, 2008, to have that sense of humor? That wasn't,
Because Americans understand that this is an imperfect business. And I think they want to have people that can laugh at themselves a little bit. And so, I think we've all demonstrated we can do that.
Hunter, what's your outlook on gay divorce?
What's that?
What's your outlook on gay divorce?
That's one of those non-serious questions. I don't want to, ask I answered a real serious question on the homosexuals in the military that was asked by the general, and so I think that's a serious issue, and I don't think you should. I don't think we should take the issue lightly.
What was your response to the audience as they booed the Brigadier General?
Well, I think that was the audience has got a right to have their position, and I did not agree with the general. I think that the general has a position, but in fact he came up a few minutes ago and shook my hand and said, "I understand your position, I respect it," and he came up and said hello. Yeah. So I think I think people understand that our people in uniform have a right to have principles, and that they are principles. They're not prejudices; they're principles that they have. That's a part of their Judeo-Christian background, and that it is a discomfort to them, to units of our soldiers in small groups, to have that situation forced on them by politicians who are trying to score a political point. So I think the system that we've got right now is working effectively, and that we should stay with it.
One would argue, though, that part of those Judeo-Christian values that so many of the people in the audience share tonight would encourage them to love God's children, all of them, and at least not boo a retired Brigadier General in public.
Well,
I mean, do you condone that behavior?
Yeah. Well, listen. I don't want to beat up on the audience. I think when an audience comes to something, they can cheer or boo, or when they saw things they liked, they yelled and they cheered, as you saw. And when they saw something they booed members of the candidates who were up there. When one of us would make a statement that they didn't like, they booed us. So it was an expressive audience. So I'm not going to put the audience down for expressing either support or non-support for statements that were made, because they did the same thing with the candidates on the forum. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's all taken in good humor.